Well, this is a very interesting post where this person says Rob literally hates Sophie. And then as you can see here, they make it abundantly clear in the caption itself in particular by coming out and saying things like, I'm watching between the sheets after the episode, and Sophie had said that Rob always says things and makes her feel bad, and she's right. This man literally just says bad things about his wife. If you don't like her so much, why are you with her? To be fair, that's a great question. Great question, because to be honest with you, I don't know why them two are together. I don't even know how these two even got as far as marriage. It's actually berserk. But anyway, continues here by saying, I'm at the cooking part and Sophie is all happy she cooked, and here comes Rob with she can't cook. She doesn't even cook, and then proceeds to make fun of what she cooked for him. You know what though? What she did cook him. You know what though, right? It is very, very disrespectful for, your partner to come in, cook, make an effort, and then your reaction is exactly that. Even if you're with someone who can't cook, help them, guide them. You know what I mean? Like you don't put them down. Okay, you thank them. You say, hey, I thank you so much for your effort you made for this meal. And then however you could find a way to word it that's respectful to them. You can just kind of say, hey, I like that you cooked. You know what I mean? But maybe next time we can cook together. You know what I mean? And then you can kind of show the way. So therefore, you're not actually telling us you can't cook. You're just saying we can cook together, and then you're showing her little tips here and there. Do you see what I'm saying? You got to find a way to communicate that is healthy with the person that you're with, not in a way that is unhealthy. So there is that way you can go about it. But to come in and to say things such as she can't cook, does she even cook? That is absolutely unnecessary and ridiculous. And the matter of fact is this, and this is the bigger question. Have you ever cooked for her? Have you ever offered cooking for her? Okay, there's also that one too. But either way though, the fact that she's made the effort, that goes a long way, because at least it means that she's trying. And all we want is somebody that is willing to try. You know what I mean? Anyway, it continues here by saying, you never win with this man. If Sophie cooks, he complains. If she doesn't cook, he complains. It's so sad to see this man constantly tear down everything she does. I hope she moves on and finds someone who appreciates the small thing. I mean, listen, at this right here, she is better off leaving him and doing a mignona and actually finding someone far better for her. And also for him himself in particular, I just hope that he can really learn how to mature, because this is a man that is 30 plus. And the way he behaves is unacceptable. He needs to really understand and learn how to, respect a woman, treat women correctly, and just really understand how to sustain a relationship, because you can't be at this age and behaving the way you're behaving is absolutely ridiculous. It doesn't matter whether Sophie's the worst one in the relationship or he's the worst. No, it doesn't matter even if she's the worst one in the relationship. Because he's the man, he's the older one, he should have been able to lead this relationship in the most healthy way possible. He has not done that. He has failed the relationship as well as failed himself. When it comes to Sophie, yes, she has failed in the relationship as well, 100%. You know what I mean? And the only thing that I can say for her is that I hope that she learns from this experience and doesn't continue to make the same mistakes that she made in this relationship in her next relationship. Do you see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, she was dealt with a situation where she was with a man that's older but could not lead. For herself in particular now, she needs someone who can lead her because she's got too much of a big freaking ego. You know what I mean? And she's very, very entitled, which is not a good thing. But if you're with the right person, they can definitely help humble that, if you do get what I'm saying. End of the day, speaking as a man, all I know is that we have certain roles in relationships, and Rob did not sustain those roles in the relationship, which is why he ended up with the way Sophie ended up behaving, which does not excuse her behavior in any shape or way, but it's something for him to look at, reflect at, and be like, okay, what could I have done better, and what can I do better moving forward for the next person to make sure that these things don't happen. I don't put a woman in this position where she's going to behave like this. Do you see what I'm saying? It's accountability in all fronts. If it makes sense to you, then I know then I know that you're ahead of the game like myself. If this doesn't make sense to you, then I don't know about you. But as always, let's dive into the comments, okay? And to be fair, it was actually the first comment that I wanted to talk about mostly, and it literally says Rob literally hates all women. This person responds, says, come to say the same thing. I don't know what his problem is. He needs to stay away from all women until he figures out and seeks help. And to be fair with you, I do feel like this comment is quite accurate, because Rob has a tendency of always making posts on his threads And every single time he makes a post, or not every time, but a lot of the time when he makes a post, it's always directed at women. And women should be doing this, and women should be doing that. I've never seen him actually, make a post that says, you know what, as a man, I should have done this. I should be doing this. You see what I'm saying? And this isn't about roles, whether this is what the man's supposed to do or this is what the woman's supposed to do. No. It's about being able to be accountable for the things that you have done wrong. Nobody's perfect, and that's why we learn as we go. My fear for Rob is that he's somebody that does not learn as he goes because he prefers to put the blame on somebody else rather than learn from his own BS. Sophie is exactly the same. She prefers to put the blame on someone else rather than learn from her mistakes. But here's the thing though, generally speaking, I would say from my own personal opinion, I feel like it is important for the man to learn from his experiences and therefore be able to apply them in his next relationship. Because if his woman can see that this is a man that is educated, this is a man that understands his emotional intelligence, he understands all these things, then she's going to follow his lead and wanting to be the way he is, if that makes any sense. You see what I'm saying? But if she deals with a man who does not have emotional intelligence, who does not have XYZ, well then it's going to go one of two ways. If she's already immature like Sophie, she's going to behave like that. If she's somebody who's also emotionally intelligent and emotionally intelligent and knows her worth, well, then you know what she's going to do? She's going to leave a guy like Rob. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's how it works, and obviously vice versa and all that kind of stuff. I really hope I made sense, because I feel like I made sense to myself. I just don't know if I made sense out loud. But in no shape or form am I making this about, oh, this is against Rob or against men, or this is against Sophie or against women, whatever. I'm just trying to make sure that you understand where these two are both going wrong and how these things can be fixed moving forward. You see what I'm saying? Now, this person came out here by saying, yep, even the first time we got a glimpse of what Sophie recorded, the car of him losing it to her, she always said she wants him to be nice and be nice to me, her. Rob even tried to gaslight us into thinking that she didn't deserve a toilet inside the house or the toilet paper she was using. He thinks she's more worthless than this shit. The toilet situation is hella hilarious. She somehow deserves to be reminded of that. I mean, listen, as far as I'm concerned, like I said before, this is a case where Rob really failed in his masculine duty as a man, okay? And therefore he was unable to really put Sophie in a position where she could learn from him or to, understand certain things. You see what I'm saying? He put her in a position where she was able to just be the way she became, which was not nice to watch. But nonetheless, though, I'm gonna read this little last comment here where somebody says, Between His Sheets was filmed after the retreat of the resort. Sophie and Rob were probably split by the time backstage was recording. To be fair, no, I believe the Between His Sheets wasn't filmed not too long ago from now, to be honest with you. I don't think it was actually like straight after, to be fair with you. I think it's more recent than we think. Anyway, continues by saying, I sense a lot of post-breakup bitterness from Rob. I don't think he'd be unloaded on Sophie at the same time during the principal filming. Actually, I've always had a sense of bitterness from Rob, but this seemed like some extra shit talking. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, as far as I'm concerned, I've said what I've said. I don't need to say anything else. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section, and we can mostly talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.